this AI forum. One of your colleagues said they were, kind of hosted by big tech. This is his accusation. And then he was saying it's hard to regulate.
Not hosted, but
Yeah.
Look, we had the players that were making a difference in AI. They wanted to share it, and we didn't limit it to just one type of advisory group. We invited lots of different types that were involved in the advisory group. So for us, we just wanted as much information as we could get from all different sources, and these are the sources. I don't want to do things in ignorance. I want to do things with as much information as possible, and they were providing it. And in some cases, they actually provided, information from different perspectives that was healthy to hear the difference, and we could then flesh out.
When it specifically comes to deepfakes in the 2024 election, is anything actionable? I know there's a couple competing bills, but we're now in the midst of an election.
We are, except the thing, if we can draw attention to the American public that you've got countries outside of the United States that really are trying to influence the elections, and we can use AI to identify what they are, and so can the platforms. If there's a way that there's a comfort level in identifying when you've got adversaries that are actually putting misinformation out through, different sources, but on social media primarily, we can go a long ways towards correcting some of it. You've got to use AI to do it, to detect it in the first place as early as possible. But the second piece is there's got to be more attention brought to the American public that a huge amount of the information that's being presented right now on social media is intended to influence them with misinformation. And that's just something that we just have to keep pounding on with the American public. They've got to discern what is accurate and what it might actually be a deep fake.
And at this point, instead of a bill addressing it, would it be easier to put in extra funding for DHS or...
Yeah, it's a part of it. It won't fix it, but because the platforms themselves have to have a comfort level that there is a recognition that restricting what you know to be false information is defensible. And I think that's where the challenge is going to be. And it's the reason why we want the Judiciary Committee to really have a say in it, so that we actually use the expertise they've got there to help craft that type of legislation.
Senator, were you surprised to see Tim Scott endorse Trump so early in the campaign for him now?
Not really. I had hoped that Tim would stay in the race. In fact, I told him last week, I said, I wish you were still in the race. I see he got engaged, and I thought that would probably take more attention than anything else. But we'll all have to make up our own minds as to how we approach the presidential race right now. I won't second guess what Tim is doing, and I still think he would have made a very, very good president.
Do you think he'd make a good vice president?
I do. I think he would make a good vice president. He's very capable. He cares, and I really do respect him. And I think he brings a differing point of view than a lot of people have, because he's been through that school of hard knocks. He's gone through tough times in school. He's made it on his own in the business world, and at the same time, he is a very, very approachable individual.
What do you think it's